Hello, and welcome to week 5 of the We're Still Dancing video challenge. We're almost to the end of the series, and I hope you're still working on all your exercises. Remember, you need to be working on all of those exercises. We are very close to opening the studio back up, and I'm super excited to see how these exercises have changed your dancing. In week 3, we talked about rise and fall. And in that lesson, we focused on the latter half, the fall. And we worked on an exercise that was designed to help you with the muscle memory for doing a controlled and slow lowering action. Today I want to go back to rise and fall and talk about another highly misunderstood part, the brushing action, or the closing action of the feet that happens at the top of the rise. Now again, I am not here to teach you technique of rise and fall for any particular dance, but to hopefully help you understand how to use your muscles, or better yet, not use your muscles with the rise action, and to help build muscle memory for that. Now let's take a basic step that would utilize rise and a brushing action, your basic twinkle. Now I want to point out that although I have chosen a smooth step for the example, this is not a smooth exercise. In fact, what you learn today will help you as much with your bolero as it will with your waltz. Now we're going to just take the man's part of a simple twinkle for this example. I would start in a lowered position. I would step forward and then side, still in a lowered position. This is now where we're taught the rise part of rise and fall. So we are taught to rise up, and we are also taught to brush the left foot to the right foot before finishing with either a lowering action or a moving out in promenade and lowering action. Now here's where we go wrong with learning this brushing action. We are told brush the left foot to the right foot. And what that does is that kicks into our subconscious, and we start to think about the left foot moving to the right foot. So we manufacture that movement concentrating on the left foot. That is actually incorrect, because the brushing action is not a step unto itself. It is actually a byproduct of the rise. So what should really happen is that we focus on the supporting leg and the rise action. And through basic physics, the brushing action would happen naturally. For instance, I have my weight on my right foot, my knee is bent, my left foot is out to the side from where I stepped to the side. Natural physics states that if I rise up onto the toe of this foot, my left foot will have no choice but to come along and come right underneath the body. And the higher that I rise, the more it will come underneath the body. So today's exercise is going to be designed to help you to focus on your supporting leg and the rise action, as opposed to your moving leg and the brushing action. This exercise will be very similar to week 3's exercise, only the converse. So you are going to need a surface to hang on to, the back of a chair, a tabletop, or a countertop. I'm going to be using the ballet bar. Let me grab that and we'll be right back. All right, so we start out facing, or we'll do this entire exercise facing our surface so that your hands can sit lightly on whatever surface you are using. I want to point out that, and this is the case for all of the exercises that have used a surface for balance, is that we are only utilizing the surface for balance. So your hands should be as light as possible on the surface, as little tension as you can get away with. Use what you need to, but over time your goal should be to be lighter and lighter and lighter until you are doing the exercise with either barely touching or not touching at all. And that's your goal, but that's over time. So try to be as light as you can. All right, so in this exercise we're just going to focus on that rising action. So we'll start with a lowered action. We will do this exercise both to the right and to the left, just like all the other exercises. How low you go with this does not matter. If it's more comfortable to just do a small amount of lowering right now, that's perfectly fine. You will be able to do more lowering as time goes on, but it does not matter. So you lower and bend your knees. Now staying in that position, step to the right, and now I should have a bent right leg with a straight left leg, all of my weight being on my right leg. And so here's the actual portion of the exercise that we want to think about. We're going to do our rise. What I want you to do is try to imagine that your left leg is completely dead, as if the dentist just filled it full of Novocaine and you can't move it at all. Focus only on the supporting leg, the right leg for now, and that rise action. And so all I want you to do to start with is to just straighten that knee out completely. And if you didn't do anything to that other leg, you should have noticed that it moved about halfway the distance to coming underneath the body. And then the last thing that you're going to do is rise through the toe. And the higher you rise onto that toe and the higher that you rise onto that toe, the more that foot will come underneath the body without me moving it to come underneath the body. You have to really focus. If that leg is dead, let it be completely loose. Try not to use those muscles at all. Now, if you have trouble with the last part of the rise through the ankle and your feet don't come all the way underneath your body, that's quite all right. Don't go any further than it will go through your highest rise, and that is as far as that leg should go. Do not manufacture it to come in the rest of the way. Keep that leg completely loose through the rise. That's it. From there, just relax. And now we'll do it on the opposite side. So we'll bend the knees. We'll step across in that lowered action. We'll loosen the free leg, rise up, let that foot come under the body, continue to rise up to the highest point, and then relax. And repeat that over and over again. We'll lower, we'll step to the side, we will rise up to bring the foot underneath the body as high as we can go, and then we'll relax. And repeat. Lower, step to the side, rise up, and relax, and repeat. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to go through the full exercise for 1 full minute. Feel free to do it with me now or do it later. And here we go. We lower, we step across in the lowered position, loosen the leg, rise up, let the foot naturally come underneath the body, and relax. Repeat to the opposite side. Lower, step across, rise all the way up, and relax. Lower, step all the way across, rise up, and relax. Lower, step all the way across, rise up, and relax. Lower, step all the way across, rise up, and relax. Lower, step across, rise all the way up, and relax. Lower, step across, rise all the way up, and lower. Now relax. Lower, step across, rise all the way up, and relax. And that's 1 full minute of the exercise. So just remember, do that exercise 1 to 2 minutes, 3 to 4 times a week, and in no time, it'll become natural and muscle memory for you to let the rise action create the brushing action. We'll see you next week.